signed a partnership deal with Emirates airline, which will see the two companies expand an existing codeshare agreement and work on other areas of cooperation. Codeshare is an arrangement under which two or more airlines publish and market a flight, each under its own airline designator and flight number as part of its published timeline or schedule. President Cyril Ramaphosa has been striving to stabilize struggling state-run enterprises like SAA, which has not generated a profit since 2011. Let's chat about this a whole lot more now, and I'm joined in studio by SAA spokesperson Tlali Tlali. Date, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. This is certainly a good sign for SAA that the likes of Emirates would be continuously willing to form part of SAA in any particular way. Of course, all still part of the Starlight Alliance as well. So how beneficial is this to the long-term sustainability of SAA?
We are pleased to have concluded this codeshare agreement with Emirates Airline. It is an enhancement of the existing codeshare agreement that we have with Emirates, which has been in place for more than 2 decades now. What this means is that the agreement will enable the two airlines to expand on the codeshare. In other words, to enable the two airlines to be able to make use of their respective airlines networks. For SAA, it means that as a marketing carrier, we should be able to sell tickets to our passengers for them to be able to fly, for example, from Johannesburg to Dubai, which is the existing agreement. But beyond that, they should be able to fly to other points beyond Dubai. And the reciprocal is the same with regards to Emirates insofar as our route network is concerned. They should be able to have their passengers be flown by SAA to reach to other destinations, points or markets where SAA operates and not necessarily Dubai. It is significant in 2 ways. First, it is beneficial for the respective airlines from a commercial perspective. And secondly, it is beneficial for the passengers or for the customers from a seamless travel perspective.
Sure. How much is a partnership deal like this worth then?
Look, the agreement has been in place for quite some time, and it has been, if you like, one directional, where SAA has been able to operate as a marketing carrier. In other words, we'll be able to sell tickets to our customers where they would fly on Emirates. In the 2017-18 financial year, we were able to transport approximately 90,000 passengers. That can be quantified in the rands and cents to give you a sense of what it means. So beyond that, it means that we should be able now to expand to reach to other markets. And this is extremely important for us, and it has to be understood in the context of SAA's aggressive implementation of its turnaround strategy to lead the airline to financial sustainability within 3 years from now.
Are you looking at other deals similar to this as well, to even if it's whether to enhance those deals, to make them bigger, to start new ones as well?
We are on record having indicated that nothing will be sacred. We are going to interrogate every single aspect of our business. If anything that is on the table at the moment does not serve our future vision, does not serve the course of the company, we'll have to reconsider it. At the moment, SAA has about 28 codeshare agreements, and we are going to revisit each and every single one of them. Let me hasten to indicate that in the next few weeks, we are going to make yet other announcements that have to deal with partnerships with other carriers. I would not want to, to speak ahead of time before that announcement is made. Let us just be patient. But yes, this is all part of the detail that has to do with the implementation of our long-term turnaround strategy to ensure that we get ourselves out of this financial difficulty.
Tlali, how are things at SAA? It seems a little tough now, considering that we had an entire turnaround with a new CEO even put up and to much fanfare. I was even there as well, and it seemed that he was going to be given the leverage, the time, the ability, and the turnaround plan to set things in place and move on. It does, however, seem that things haven't necessarily gone that way. Why has it been so difficult of late?
It is unfortunate that the message maybe was lost in translation, but one can indicate that there are a number of initiatives that have been implemented in the context of this turnaround strategy. We can indicate the network changes that have been implemented in the domestic market, in the regional segment of our route network as well as in the international. We are on record having indicated that when you look at our entire route network, starting with the domestic, it is only one route, Johannesburg, between Johannesburg and PE, that is still in the red. We are focusing on that to turn it around. All other points that we fly to in the domestic market are looking good. The same is the case with our regional segment of our network, where you look at the points that we fly to in the African continent. All of them are looking good except one destination, which is Entebbe. The international segment is a bit problematic, but we have started making some changes. Beyond that, we have aggressively implemented a number of other changes. For example, in the area of procurement, we have made a number of inroads where we have been able to save approximately 400 million this year alone, and we are setting ourselves a target of saving 1 billion in the new year. And these are parts of signs of progress that indicate that the strategy is being implemented. Let's also emphasize the point that when the CEO took over, he made one, we indicated that we needed a specific period of time within which we must implement the strategy. That period is a 3-year period, which is on record. We have not shifted our goalposts insofar as that is concerned. We have also quantified the costs, and we said these are our funding requirements insofar as strategy implementation is concerned, and the cost is 21.7 billion over a 3-year period. That has to be clear. There shouldn't be any expectation from anyone that the airline is going to make a profit anytime soon. We are saying end of 2021 financial year, that's when we should be able to break even.
Tlali, I'd be remiss, however, I have run out of time, but I would be remiss to not ask this question then. Is the CEO of Vuyani Jagana still receiving the full support of not only the ministerial heads, but also of the entire board and staff at SAA?
Everybody at SAA is behind the CEO. I'm sure you are referring to media reports that were out in the last few weeks indicating that the CEO had indicated that he was contemplating leaving the airline because of certain misunderstanding. It is water under the bridge at the moment. We are forging ahead. We are forging ahead. The minister is on record having indicated that the CEO had sent a letter indicating that he wanted to leave the airline. The issue has been resolved. All of us are aligned. We are moving ahead. We are focusing on implementing the strategy to turn the business around.
Date, thank you so much for your time. Really, all the best with it, and hopefully we can continue to discuss more of these deals as opposed to these situations in the boardroom there. Date Tlali Tlali is the spokesperson for SAA. More news coming up after the short break. Do stay with us.